Okay, everyone, we're back from the break. I hope everyone had enough time to go get some snacks, to go get some water. Let us continue investigating the ship, and like I said, we're gonna be checking Dr. Zephyr's office. I think it's here. Ooh, you look cool. Hello, don't mind me. I'm just gonna look around all your chamber before talking to you.
That guy is staring at us.
He sure is.
I think we'd better talk to him before we touch any of his stuff.
Never mind, I guess we're talking to him before we do anything else. Okay. He's just gonna... he's just gonna brownbeat us into talking to him.
Fine.
Okay, let me just check the overlay. For some reason, turn off. Okay, there you go. I can re-chat again. Hi, man.
Hello, sir?
Two strangers, emissaries from the world above.
Yeah, hi. I'm Detective Grimoire, and this is Sally.
State your business, and speak only the truth.
Well, we're here on the request of the captain.
Impossible. The captain is dead. Unless you received a missive from beyond the veil. I should have foreseen this, but now that I'm faced with it, it seems inevitable.
No, sorry, she meant the new captain. Captain Sifo.
Cynthia.
She's asked us to investigate the murder of Magnus Mortunga. We have to talk to all the suspects.
Speaking of, can I ask your name?
Zacharias Zephyr, the Dream Doctor.
A dream doctor? I don't think I've met one of those before.
That is correct, you have not. I alone hold the title.
Because you made it up?
That is correct.
Okay, tell us about yourself, Mr. Zephyr.
So, Dr. Zephyr, what does a dream doctor do exactly?
He studies the parapsychological qualities of dreams.
Parapsychological?
Yeah, that's like psychics and telepathy and stuff, isn't it? How does that relate to dreams?
Dreams are transmissions comprised of spirit energy from another dimension.
Oh, sure. I mean, that's common knowledge.
What kind of other dimension?
Spirit energy originates in the spirit realm, of course.
Like the afterlife?
That is but one of many names.
So, have you made any kind of discoveries or breakthroughs?
Nothing I can meaningfully explain to you in your current state.
What about all the stuff in here? What does it all do?
Specialist instruments, most of them too complex or too subtle for you to comprehend.
I don't know. It mostly looks like a bunch of old junk.
It is an unrivaled collection of rare artifacts.
Alright, what's the rarest thing you've got?
My rarest items are not for the viewing public.
Okay, now I have to see what they are.
The pull of the unknown. I realized I should have lied and showed you something of middling rarity to throw you off the scent.
Lesson learned, huh?
How come there's a room like this in the submarine anyway?
When I arrived, it was but a simple infirmary. After I set up my equipment, we renamed it the Dream Chamber.
And how long have you been here?
I was the first person to be invited on board. I joined Magnus here shortly before the submarine's maiden voyage.
So, presumably, you know why Mortuga became a submarine captain?
Why?
Yeah, like, where was he going? What was he doing?
He simply told me he'd acquired a submarine and would be living in it for an undisclosed amount of time.
That's all he told you? Yet surely there was more to it.
I don't doubt it. He was a man of secrets, every bit as much as I.
So when you started off, it was just the two of you. But now it's, what, 8 people?
We were 9 souls, now 8. I'm not counting either of you.
Yeah, I figured.
Why did Mortuga want so many people on the submarine?
Only a few of them were invited on board by Magnus like I was. The others crossed paths with him merely by the winds of fortune.
Okay, tell us your point of view of the Night of Murder. Also, chat, I hope everyone has been enjoying this game. I'm sure the twists and turns are gonna come up, just like the previous games, but yeah. Yeah, tell us about the Night of the Murder.
The last dream before waking. A single phase. Non-lucid. Focus is soft but heavy. All is dark. The endless void. A low voice speaking a forbidden language. Emerging from the beshroudal of the night black sea. larger than I had known a face could be. I awake. The room is bathed in green light.
A green light? Like from the wooden boy?
Not dissimilar, but 1,000 times more potent. I leave my chambers, heading for the airlock in which I have some business. I meet Cynthia in the parlor as she emerges from the control room. I notice she is clutching the ship's compass. She also appears visibly upset. Like me, Cynthia is on her way to the lowest deck. She departs and I follow behind. I wait as Cynthia converses with Madame Tadpole at the base of the second ladder. Madame Tadpole ascends the ladder. She is moving with haste and purpose. She requests that I go immediately to the storeroom at the end of the corridor.
Did you go?
As soon as I'd concluded my business.
Which was?
Nothing of great import, merely something I needed to collect from the airlock.
So you went to the airlock, and then you went to the storeroom?
I did, right after I stopped off at my chambers. You understand I first needed to return certain items to their designated storage locations, after which I truly did do as Madame Tadpole had requested. I did ultimately regret my dallying. As it transpired, she had wished to inform me of Magnus Mortuga's death, and there his body lay, in the shadow of his stone cauldron, his blood pooling beneath him. A potent unease was already germinating amongst the group. Doubts were beginning to be sown, and fingers were beginning to point. Magnus Mortuga was a man of great will and great strength. It is hard, still, to accept that he has left us.
Not gonna lie, this guy has the perfect voice to be the villain. Tell us about the victim first.
How did you meet Mortuga?
It was on my first visit to Silkworm many years ago. I was merely passing through, so I stayed at the inn where Magnus was working at the time.
So Mortuga was just an innkeeper at this point?
Not even. The innkeeper was a woman named Felicia Stonetop. Magnus merely worked under her charge. The two of them split their time between running the inn and running a small sailing ship.
Sounds like quite a nice life.
Okay, now tell us a little bit about yourself real quick.
So, Dr. Zephyr, I'm guessing you don't have an actual doctorate.
Correct. I walk not the path of formal academic recognition, not for lack of trying, you understand. 8 separate institutions turned me away, asserting that my ideas were, quote, incompatible with our modern world. They forget, of course, that the modern world is a fleeting and ever-changing thing. Indeed, all of history's greatest scientists battled with such short-sighted stubbornness.
So, you want to be one of history's greatest scientists, and fundamentally change how we view the world?
Is that so much to ask?
I mean, yeah, it might be.
So then how did you end up studying dreams?
It was the result of acquiring a particular specimen. It opened up new ways to study the subconscious mind.
A specimen? Like what? An animal?
Yeah, I'm picturing like a lizard floating in a jar of formaldehyde.
Something like that.
So, what are you working on now? Here in your dream chamber?
I'm studying subconscious spirit transmissions, analyzing their meaning, their intention.
Do you need to be in a submarine to do that?
Of course not. However, positioning myself here affords me other opportunities.
Like what?
The possibility of studying the most important specimen of all. If her transmission could be analyzed, interpreted, it would be an unparalleled discovery.
Her?
She is all that stirs in the minds of men that they shall never know. The being known only as the Mermaid.
A person?
I've told you all I know.
Then apparently you don't know much at all.
Correct.
Nah, he probably knows way more than everyone in the ship, probably. Tell us about the new captain.
It is no mark against Cynthia's character. She is a sharp young woman and capable engineer. But I was wholly surprised to learn that she had become captain.
Did she never say she wanted to be captain?
On the contrary, I was aware she'd held such aspirations, initially. But I was under the impression that her campaign had ended in failure.
Meaning?
That Miss Seafoam had made her ambitions known to Magnus, but he had shut them down.
Okay.
I first learned about Symmetry from a newspaper article detailing her residency at the Fortuna Hall Theater. On the surface, it was merely a review of a magic show, but I felt something behind it, something of great interest. To me, it spoke of someone with a close connection to the ethereal plane. Taking an excursion from the submarine, I attended the performance. Afterward, I requested an audience with Miss Silkmoth herself. And speaking with her for a scant few minutes, I learned two things. First, and most importantly, my instincts had been correct. She was indeed fascinated with the great unanswered questions of metaphysicality. She held a yearning to understand that which could not ordinarily be understood. A woman after my own heart.
What was the other thing? You said you learned two things.
That she was thoroughly unhappy with her lot at Fortuna Hall. The theater owner was a heartless woman who, among other indiscretions, did not compensate Symmetry for her work. But she had no family, nor any other connections. She had nowhere else to go.
So you invited her to come live on the submarine?
To put it simply,
Did she bring all her props and stuff with her?
everything she could carry.
Why? Was she gonna keep working as an illusionist on the submarine?
No, Miss Silkmoth would be working with me here in the Dream Chamber.
I notice she's not here anymore.
Her tenure with me has come to an end. She has moved on to pastures anew.
Okay. Oh god, there's so much stuff to show him. And remember, we have to show all this stuff to every other suspect. So the conversations are gonna get longer and longer. But after, it's like the first game, the previous games, after we present all the clues to everybody and talk about all these things, then the conversations will become more silky smooth. Everything will flow better because we'll just be getting new stuff. We won't be like stopping all the time to ask about clues. Let's start with the most inconsequential things, I feel. So let's start with the Hex of the Hellsman.
A bit of light reading,
It's a book about a hex.
So I see, a charming pulp adventure by the looks of it.
Okay, the case file.
It seems our collective fate hangs on the outcome of your investigation.
I guess.
This is a good thing. It is high time for a shifting of the tides.
What do you mean?
There are too many souls aboard this ship, many of them seeking things they shall not find.
Let's talk about the wooden boy.
How long has this been chained to the foredeck? Do you know?
Since the conception of the submarine, as far as I know, the conception of its current incarnation, I should say. The wider history of the vessel reaches back a good deal further, of course.
The sun tablets.
Bottled sunlight. It appears somebody's looking to protect themselves from vampires.
There's no vampire on board, is there?
Of course not.
What about Mortuga?
I'll admit, it was a rumor for a time.
Sailcloth.
It's the cloth that Magnus used to cover the cauldron.
Why would he need to keep it covered?
Either to keep it away from prying eyes, or perhaps he concealed it for his own benefit.
The little poster.
As good as they were, it was not Miss Silkmoth's politricks that interested me. Rather, I was interested in the base mindset they were a symptom of. In particular, her ruminations upon the great unknowns of life and death. There are clues to it, right here. Look at the choice of words. Unfathomable, inconceivable. And on the reverse, you need only look at the chosen subject matter for her newest work.
It's a Grim Reaper.
Let's talk about the cauldron.
Before we left port on the submarine's maiden voyage, Magnus asked a favor of me. He wished for me to venture into the Stonetop Inn, collect this cauldron, and bring it on board.
Why couldn't he do it himself? He'd have been strong enough, surely.
I'm not sure exactly. I was already preparing to bring a large amount of heavy equipment on board. I suppose Magnus considered it logical to fold the cauldron into that set.
Was it shut and locked?
Shut, locked, and covered with the sailcloth. Magnus never told me what he kept inside it, if that's what you're asking.
What if the mermaid was inside and the mermaid killed the captain? Okay, let's talk about the newspaper for now.
This is where I first learned about Miss Silkmoth and her residence at the Fortuna Hall Theater.
This was after you'd started living in the submarine.
Correct.
So Mortuga had the newspaper on board with him.
Only this solitary page. It's a fine garment, is it not?
Has it been in the control room the whole time?
From the moment I first entered the submarine.
But it doesn't belong to
Yeah,
Mortuga.
I mean, it's an interesting theory But at the same time, I don't know, because the cauldron doesn't seem that big, unless it's a small mermaid. It doesn't seem that... or the cauldron maybe seems smaller than it actually is, but it doesn't seem big enough. Let's talk about the blueprint.
You know, Magnus never liked the name Tortuga Submarine.
Surely he was the one who chose that name.
I believe it was something that just happened. He didn't have a willing hand in it. All told, Magnus was rather dismissive of the notion that the submarine should bear his moniker.
But it was his submarine.
He was dismissive of that notion, too.
Ah, okay, so he was okay with the submarine being actually sentient. He was just using it for his own reasons. Okay, let's talk about the wheel.
Has the wheel always looked like that?
Like what?
With one side broken off and replaced with a different material.
It's never been my job to steer the ship, so I've never really taken any notice.
Oh, that's interesting. I had never realized that. Yeah, one side of the wheel is different than the other. Let's talk about the golden locket.
Now this is a talisman, surely.
On the surface, it appears so. However, in this instance, I think the concept has been inverted.
A reverse talisman.
Family photo.
This seems to be a personal item of Cynthia's. As such, it is not my place to make a comment.
The movie magazine.
This magazine emanates a peculiar energy. Jealousy, frustration, even greed.
Now let's talk about the more interesting stuff with him, the indeeds.
I stayed at the Stonetop Inn myself. Back then it was under the care of a woman named Felicia, but it seems to have passed on to Magnus sometime later. I find this strange, for he was not a member of a Stonetop family.
Then let's talk about the log.
Magnus was fairly averse to record keeping.
He can't have been that against it if he bothered to write in the captain's log.
However, standard protocol would be for the captain to keep a record of every single day, whereas Magnus only filed a handful of these log cards in his entire tenure.
Let's talk about, in order of what I think might be most important to ask him. Let's start with the glass eyeball.
That belonged to Magnus Mortuga, but I suppose it should pass along to Cynthia.
Cynthia doesn't get all of Mortuga's stuff just because she took over as captain, surely.
Of course not. However, I imagine at some point Cynthia may wish to unlock the captain's cabin.
She'd need a glass eyeball to do that?
Naturally. While it holds the pretense of being an eyeball, in truth, it is a key.
I mean, we already knew it was a key from the document we found earlier, but he just told us now. Let's talk about the portrait, or the painting.
I believe this to be a depiction of a being known as the Mermaid. However, I've nothing to compare it with, as it's the only depiction I know of.
It doesn't look much like a mermaid.
It doesn't look much like anything, really. Except for the fact it's got a face. At least, I think that's a face.
Stories alluding to such a being were the reason I traveled to Silkworm in the first place. However, I was disappointed to discover that nobody in town seemed to know what I was talking about. It seems to be a secret held by only a very select few.
Not gonna lie, this whole thing feels like a Call of Cthulhu story. Okay, let's talk about the moon vial.
Dr. Zephyr, is this yours?
I don't immediately recognize it.
You sure? It really looks like something that'd belong to you.
Of course, I do concede that I have many similar bottles here in my dream chamber, so it's wholly possible that it originated in my collection.
Nice answer. Totally non-committal.
Let's talk about the contract.
It rather seems that Cynthia is using the contract as a talisman.
A talisman? Like, as protection?
I did notice she taped it to the back of the chair in the control room, so it's like you can't go in there unless you acknowledge it.
Correct. The contract is a shield behind which Cynthia hides.
And for last, let's talk about the underwater photo.
The face from the ether. It must be.
What's that?
Tell me, where did you find this?
It was locked in a safe.
Was it now? Would you mind if I took it off your hands?
It's not ours to give.
No, of course.
Interesting reaction. Okay. I think we can now explore his room.
It's a big dome.
All the light coming from the top gets filtered through the pink glass. It gives the whole room a really weird vibe.
What's on those wall charts?
Sacred geometry.
Is that a heavy metal band?
I mean, probably.
It's a weird metal helmet.
It is the dream helmet.
Of course it is.
A peculiar piece of equipment found in Dr. Zephyr's dream chamber. A large brass funnel is attached to the top of a pair of leather goggles. Curiously, the goggles are fully opaque. You can't see anything while you're wearing them. Interesting. We'll ask him about this later.
I can't see anything important on these shelves.
Good, because I couldn't reach the stuff at the top if I wanted to. It's a weird glass bottle.
It is the hex bottle.
Yeah, I knew that.
A glass bottle with a strange object floating inside. It was found in the dream chamber. A subtle floral smell is gently emanating from within the bottle, and we can shake it. I don't see any... What if I just shake a lot? It's not doing anything. Interesting.
A set of small glass bottles.
Poison?
Might just be perfume.
I'll meet you in the middle at poisoned perfume.
Drag the bottle caps and swap them into the correct droppers. Okay. So the moon is a crimson hue upon the label. So this one, crimson on the label. Aerated with effervescence. So it can be either one of these three. Exhales a curious vapor is the bird. I guess I have to pull it out and see which one has a vapor. Oh, fuck! I can actually pick up the drop. Okay. So this has a vapor, this has a vapor. So is the yellow or the red one? Drips with a hurried cadence. This one is the fast one, so this one is definitely the sun. Okay. A glutinous viscosity. This is the glutinous viscosity, so this is the hand. A conspicuous X on the label. Well, it can be... Oh, it could be this one. It could be this one. What was the other one that has a smell? So if this is the smell, and effervescence, it can be these two. Crimson on the label, like this?
There we go.
Okay. It's just process of elimination.
Nice.
Is anything going to happen?
The glass moved.
Let's take a closer look at that bookshelf.
Does it look... Oh, there's a face behind. Look, there's a face.
This one's not really a book.
Looks more like a magazine.
A small booklet found on the bookcase in the dream chamber. Lillian's locket. Oh, this is Symmetry's locket. Lillian Lucian was a witch of some infamy before her untimely end at the hands of a curse. Some say the locket protects from curses, others suggest it absorbs them, imbibing their power. I don't know why 9 OZ is 9 pounds? I don't know. Silver Snake Skull, the disembodied skull of a mysterious silkworm serpent. Notably, it has no eye sockets. Use discretion, as several high-quality fakes are in circulation. Keys Golden Palm, made from an unknown material 90% similar to gold. Oh, it's made it's made from the golden bug from Tangle Tower. The hand is said to be able to touch gills. The Mermaid's Tongue, said to facilitate communication with she who lies beyond the veil. Requires a special key to operate. Both the key and the Mermaid's Tongues itself are rumored to be lost at sea. No, it's not lost because it's right behind the cup, the cupboard. I can see it.
I think I can see a face in there.
That's probably just pareidolia.
Who?
The human habit of seeing faces where there aren't. Okay, no, I just saw it too.
Yeah, let's go get it.
Okay, no, I just saw it too.
A Ghost Rises Before Me by Joseph Jenkins.
Okay, fine, whatever. We're not gonna get it.
The Magician of the Soul by Annabelle August. Divine Exolinguistics by Mary Morala.
Is every name here like starts with the same letter?
It is Speaking If You Are Listening by Carl Cavendish.
The Seven Secrets of
Onirology?
The Seven Secrets of Onirology by Edward Edmonton.
Prophecy from Parapsychology by Halcyon Hardwick. A Dusty Old Cloth.
Okay. We definitely have to ask him about this stuff in a moment, but anything else?
I'll just take a look in this cabinet.
Watch out for spiders.
Yeah, I don't think there are any spiders. We're on a submarine, remember?
I do seem to need constant reminding.
Big glass bell jars with creepy things inside.
If I had a penny for every time we go somewhere and there's big glass bell jars with creepy things inside.
Tired?
I worry if I slept in that thing, I'd get transformed into a monster or something.
I worry that sleeping at a 45-degree angle would be bad for my back.
You are old.
Okay, we definitely have to talk to him again. Let's start with the Dream Helmet. Let's start with the Dream Helmet, then the Hex Bottle, then the Caretaker's Journal.
How come the goggles are blacked out?
It is a weighted sleeping mask.
To induce REM sleep?
Correct.
What's REM sleep?
That's the kind of sleep where you dream.
Aha. So what's the big funnel on top?
It is an energy filter.
So it filters the dreams as they come out of your head?
The opposite.
It filters the dreams on their way into your head?
Correct.
Oh yeah, dreams are transmissions from another dimension. I forgot.
But what's the point of filtering them? What does it do?
To study the transmission, it is first necessary to change the format of the energy signature.
Oh, like when you change a WAV to an MP3.
This is a syntax with which I am not familiar.
He does not know, chat.
Okay, I'll bite. What's a hex bottle?
It is a glass container with a hex inside.
A hex like a magic spell?
I've been forthcoming thus far, unusually so for a man of my nature. However, certain things I shall be keeping to myself, especially if it has no bearing on your investigation.
What if we can prove it's got something to do with the murder or the crime scene?
Ah, well then you'd have forced my hand, wouldn't you?
What is this anyway?
It is what it says it is, a quarterly journal of listings and inquiries.
I noticed the prices are listed as ounces, and that's gold, I'm pretty sure.
These numbers are merely a way to ascribe a universal value. Most transactions take the form of a trade, exchanging items of equivalent worth.
Oh, wait, so are these things that people have and they want to sell? Or is it stuff people want to buy?
Both.
What about that last one? The Mermaid's Tongue.
Likely the most contentious item ever to be listed in the journal. Desperately coveted by those who believe and disdained by those who don't.
Those who believe what?
That such a thing could even exist.
We know it exists because it's right behind the bookcase. Anyways, I guess it's not time for us to know it. We're definitely gonna go talk to Symmetry about her locker.
Oh. Lillian's locket.
Looks familiar, don't you think?
I didn't know it had a name. Kindly close the book. I have no desire to look upon it longer.
Oh, sure. Here you go.
That face!
You know what it is?
Mine eye but chanced upon it. Nothing more.
Interesting. Okay, people in chat, I will let you decide which room to enter. I'll let you decide. Where do we go this time? I'm curious to where I shall go, but I want you all to be involved in the journey. So, which room in here? Let's, if I were to ascribe the numbers, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bottom left, okay. Let's examine the place before we talk to them.
What's in these old wooden crates?
I don't know. I can't get them open.
What did I tell you? Always bring the crowbar. This is actually a pretty good place to hang laundry.
Assuming you want your clothes to smell like the cargo hold of a submarine.
What's in these old wooden crates?
I don't know.
What did I always bring? It's a big traveler's backpack. It smells like soil and grass.
When you're done smelling it, there's something in the pouch I think we should take a look at.
A square of parchment found on the cargo hold. It's been folded up and tied with string. So, the Governor's Manor, Fortuna Hall, the Stone Stop Inn, Mr. Gripp's Emporium, the Silkworm Spectator, the Town Hall, the Seafoam Harbor, Drummond Shipyard, and the Lighthouse, and the South Sea. Oh, it has a whole tree here. So, Solomon Stonetop Innkeeper, Selene Stonetop Innkeeper, Faustus Fellow, Governor, Fortuna Fellow, the theater owner, daughter adopted, Flint unknown, Felix unknown, then goes down to Felicia Stonetop. Felicia is Selena and Faustus' daughter, and then Damien Dusk, James Dusk, journalist, Magnus Mortuga. Wait. Governor Fellow, theater owner Fellow? Oh, this is a connection. These are the fellows from Tangle Tower. I think in the genealogical tree in the hall, you see that some of the fellows just left the house to be gone. Is this here? I wonder. I don't remember the name of all. I don't remember the name of the 7 hunters in The Secret of the Swamp. But how much do you bet that each one of these is actually is like a representative of the hunter family from the swamp, and they're here to hunt the mermaid? I'm talking things that are like nonsense to anyone that has not played the previous games.
That's a fire hazard. This whole room is a fire hazard.
A submarine can't burn down. It's underwater. A pinboard?
I assume it belongs to that woman over there.
Right. We'd better talk to her first.
Okay.
Weary travelers. Take a seat by the fire, shake out your boots.
We're not weary travelers.
Then why do you both look so haggard and trail-worn?
Ouch. There goes my self-esteem for the rest of the day.
We're detectives. I'm Grimoire, and this is Sally. We're here investigating the murder of Magnus Mortuga, your previous captain.
My captain? Never. My captain is the moonlight as it shimmers across the lake. My captain is the wind as it whispers through the valley.
Who is this woman?
No idea. I kind of like her, though.
My name is Moon. Mariana Moon.
Aha. And what do you do?
I do not do. I simply am.
So you have no job, I see. Anyways, talk to us about yourself.
So, what, you're just some random traveler?
A traveler, yes, but random, never. I'm here because I chose to be. I've been searching for the Mortuga submarine for some time, you know.
How come?
How come? This thing is the motherlode.
The motherlode of what?
Of whispered half-truth, of murky rumor, of stories unspoken.
Oh, like urban myths and stuff?
Right. Urban myths and stuff.
So you're a historian.
Historian, storyteller, rambler, ambler, fireside gambler.
How long have you been here?
Well, let's see. I arrived a few hours before the captain was murdered.
Oh, dang. Really?
Quite the story, isn't it?
But you're just on the submarine because you find it interesting.
Would that be such a crime?
No. Murder's a crime, though, pretty sure.
Okay, talk to us about the submarine first.
A merciless wind rattles the rotting wood of the old silkworm harbor. The shadow of a vessel lurking low in the night black water. A mysterious stranger steps onto her foredeck. Cloaked in darkness, she slips inside the submarine. Who is she? What is her dark purpose?
It's you. We get it.
A mysterious stranger, I said. She descends into an ornate parlor, empty, save for a lone figure standing by the fire.
So, not empty.
He turns, his face still half hidden in flickering shadow. It is Captain Magnus Mortuga.
What was he like?
Nice guy. Stoic, but polite. Kind. He tells me to wait in the control room and then disappears off towards the back of the ship. After a little while, he comes back. But now, he's a slightly different man.
What do you mean?
The light is gone from his eyes. He seems sad, angry. He avoids my gaze as he crosses the room to take hold of the wheel. He tells me to head down the ladder towards the mess hall. Doing so, I encounter two gentlemen named Mr. Worman and Mr. Gripp. Neither of them look like sailors, so I know they can't be crew. I assume they must be guests like me. And true enough, it transpires that Mr. Worman is a writer and Mr. Gripp is, some kind of watch repairman. Captain Mortuga reappears, descending the ladder. He asks the two men to show me around the submarine and introduce me to the others. Then he disappears through the rear corridor. It's the last time I see him alive. Mr. Worman apologizes, explains he's too tired, and leaves through the opposite corridor. Mr. Gripp, unable to come up with such an excuse, agrees to show me around. Now, I wrote this down in my diary, so I may as well let you read it.
Oh, okay.
Imagine my excitement to finally get a good
look around the Mortuga submarine. I was even given a tour by one of Mortuga's subordinates, a Mr. Godric Gripp. We began by visiting a bizarre laboratory known as the Dream Chamber. It smelled of dried herbs and dusty glass, but was devoid of its dream custodian. An early disappointment. The captain's cabin was locked. Mr. Gripp explained how Captain Mortuga mostly keeps this room locked when it's not in use. We climbed down into the living quarters, where a pair of bunk rooms sat at the end of a corridor. The first smelled of crane dust and unwatered flowers. A young woman was laying in her bed, poring over an old document. She hastily hid the document away and introduced herself as Miss Cynthia Seafoam, a name to remember, dear reader, as she will shortly become quite important. The second bunk room smelled of aftershave and desperation. The two men within, Mr. James Werman and Mr. Dirk Dansom, both appeared to be asleep, so we decided not to intrude. Next on the tour, a room inhabited, by the looks of things, by a young child who is also a stage magician.
I love this game so much. I know, Raspberry! Oh, I'm such a huge fan of the Detective Grimoire. I love this game. I remember playing the first game. How long ago was it? Like 16 years ago, the first game? Maybe even longer? I don't know. It's been 21 years ago. It's a very old game than all the other ones. Oh, it's so fun. Don't need to take me for streaming it. It's such a good game.
The room at the very end of the hallway was sealed with a heavy bulkhead door. Mr. Gripp dismissed it as a storeroom that only Captain Mortuga makes use of. Perhaps you'll agree with me, dear reader, when I suggest the peculiarity of a simple storeroom being sealed off with such a significant door. Mr. Gripp took me down to the cargo hold. It smells of damp wood and tarred rope. Yes, I describe it in the present tense, for it is here I sit as I write this very diary. Next door, the engine room, burnished bronze and tea-stained parchment. I learned that it's something of a nest for Mr. Gripp himself, and thus was currently unoccupied. Outside, I encountered a Dr. Zacharias Zephyr, the aforementioned keeper of the Dream Chamber. Surprised to see us, he nearly dropped the empty glass bottle he was carrying. Clearly wishing to remove himself from the situation, the good doctor muttered something inaudible and disappeared up the ladder. We continued on into the next room, which I was amused to discover was some kind of shimmering mermaid grotto. I smelled her before I saw her, the unmistakable mix of salt, seaweed and sequined spandex. It can only be Madame Tadpole, a name which may be familiar to long-time readers of this diary. Tadpole and I caught up while Mr. Gripp skulked in the doorway, clearly hoping this would mark the end of the tour, but it did not, dear reader. It did not.
Right, so, yes, I can see there's one more room to visit. Mr. Gripp insists it's just the bilge, a dark, dank and smelly place, ill-frequented by humankind. I tell him he couldn't have sold it to me better if he'd tried.
Okay, now tell us what happened at the night of the murder from your point of view.
We enter the bilge, but it's too dark to see anything. Mr. Gripp, who is clearly tiring of my company by this point, opens the vent in the ceiling to let in a little light. Moments later, a voice is heard, echoing down from above.
Whose voice?
A young woman, and then an older woman. I can't remember exactly what was said, but I remember thinking it sounded a little like poetry.
What happened next?
The sound of a scream, and then a dull thud.
Oh. Yeah, that sounds like a murder.
But which murder?
Anyway, by this point I've used up all my patience, so I decide to take my leave. I thank Mr. Gripp for the tour and return to my new lodgings in the cargo hold. I have to put up my tent twice, as on the first attempt a sudden movement of the submarine undoes my progress. After some time, Mr. Gripp and the young Miss Seafoam appear in my doorway. It seems they've come to fetch me for some kind of official submarine business. We head back towards the mess hall, Mr. Gripp and Miss Seafoam heading up the ladder before me. I spot Dr. Zephyr emerging from the airlock. He has a glass bottle in one hand and what looks like an old leather bag in the other. I update him with what little information I have.
I know,
and
right?
To catch up with the others.
I love that
Laying on the
detail.
floor is the body of Captain Magnus Mortuga.
Speaking with the, like, a
Amongst
pipe.
the living, mutterings are breaking out. Murder and mutiny, cauldrons and curses. But with Zephyr finally in attendance, Tadpole calls for order, demanding justice for her slain captain. But nobody really seems to know what to say. The next morning, it's announced that Miss Seafoam has taken over as captain. And, well, here we are.
Oh god, we have so much to talk about. Okay. Oof. Okay. Let's talk about the captain first.
Broad shoulders, long arms, good for reaching across a wheel. He had a hard face, but soft eyes. I'd wager he was once a very handsome man.
Oh yeah, I should drink some
his
water.
life before the
Thank you.
submarine? Like if he had a family?
I'd never heard mention of his parentage, no.
But he lived in Silkworm. Do you know where exactly?
The only record I found lists him as living at the Stonetop Inn and working on board the Stonetop family sailing ship.
As the captain?
As a deckhand, and eventually as the helmsman.
So how'd he end up as the captain of a submarine?
I think there's so much for paying for
All I
the stretch
could
as
dig
well.
up was a rumour that he bought the submarine from the shipyard.
He bought it?
Or maybe he commissioned to have it built. Accounts vary on that.
Either way, how could Mortuga afford to buy a submarine?
My guess is that he didn't pay with money, but made some other kind of trade.
Maybe, okay, hear me out. Maybe the trade is that the cauldron was cursed or haunted or something bad with it, and the payment for the submarine was actually taking the cauldron off the hands from someone. Because remember, the cauldron was in the inn before, and then he asked for Dr. Zephyr to transport it into the submarine. So I wonder if that was the payment. It was like, you can get the submarine, but you should take it with you. Take the cauldron. Anyways, what about Dr. Zephyr? What's your opinion about him?
I didn't expect to find a fellow herbologist on board. Dr. Zephyr really knows his rosehip from his rosemary. He's a chemist too. Impressive, don't you think?
I don't know. I get the sense his work is more alchemy than chemistry.
He does seem rather secretive about it. I tried asking him about his experiments, but he seemed awfully reluctant to divulge any details.
Sounds familiar?
I mean, to be fair, lady, you arrived here hours before the murder happened. He's not gonna tell you anything. Talk about symmetry.
Symmetry was the only person I didn't see on my tour of the submarine. I realized later that she'd been with Mortuga at the time.
In the Illusion Theater?
You know what's funny? Nobody else calls it that. They all just call it the storeroom. I'm led to believe Illusion Theatre is a name Miss Silkmoth came up with herself. Rather like how she came up with the name Symmetry Silkmoth.
That's not her real name?
It's not her birth name, no.
Talk about the new captain.
Cynthia Seafoam, the daughter of Harbour Master Sylvia Seafoam, and the stepdaughter of Donovan Drummond, the shipyard owner.
That's a pretty solid nautical heritage.
Wait,
By
wait,
all
wait.
accounts,
I noticed
Sylvia
something.
Seafoam was an ambitious and outgoing sailor, but I believe they raised Cynthia to be a mechanic.
Still, sounds like Cynthia actually does have the expertise to be captain.
Who said she doesn't?
I noticed something. So, I didn't know Cynthia's father's name. It's Donovan Drummond. Is the name in the document for the inn. Yeah. What's your theory, Raspberry? Mortuga gave the inn to her stepdad for the submarine. That's not a bad theory. That is not a bad theory at all. And then talk to us about yourself, Mariana.
So, Mariana, where are you from?
No fixed address. That's the way it's been for some time.
Oh, I see.
But you came to Silkworm looking for the Mortuga submarine. How come?
Really?
I go wherever I please, which usually amounts to wherever has the most
Maybe I
interesting rumors.
Maybe I just
I
forgot
don't want to be
the.
rude, but do you ever have to do work?
Her father's name
to,
was mentioned before.
get money?
From time to time. I've taken up work as a tour guide, a historian, a performing storyteller.
But how did you wind up getting onto the submarine? Isn't it a secret?
Well, if it's such a secret, how did you do it?
I got a phone call from Cynthia Seafoam, and she told us to come to Silkworm.
And then the submarine came up to the harbor so we could get on.
Well, there we are. Perhaps that's how I did it, too.
Okay, let's go through all the clues. Let's go through the stuff that seems the least important first, like before.
Pass it here, I'll show you something amusing. See this photograph on the inside cover?
It's a picture of Worman, isn't it?
If it is, it's a very flattering one.
It's not Worman at all. It's his rather more handsome father, Mayor Damien Dusk.
Get out. Really?
No word of a lie.
Interesting. Case file.
I see Cynthia's proudly wielding the Seafoam S in her signature there.
Why shouldn't she?
Of course, she's well within her rights to do so, but I do think perhaps it sends a certain message.
What message would that be?
I claim this submarine in the name of the Seafoam family. Something like that, don't you think? I believe Mortuga used its light to alert others to the location of the submarine, on the rare occasions when he wished to do such a thing, of course.
That's how it happened with us. Although I guess it was Cynthia, not Mortuga.
You know, for some time now, I've heard stories of sailors seeing a green light in the ocean at night.
Well, I guess you have your explanation.
The problem is, several of the stories predate the Mortuga submarine.
Let's talk. Let's talk about the painting. I don't think the painting will be that important to her. I think what will be important to her is the moon vial, the map because we got from her, and maybe the hex bottle and the underwater photo. The rest I don't think is that important to her. So let's go do these ones first. The painting.
Now we're getting to it. The reason all of us are here, really.
How so?
The Silver Snake, the Mortuga submarine. Did you ever stop and wonder, why here? Why this particular part of the coast? It all stems from a single truth. There's something hiding in the water. Something big. Now, it wasn't my intent to cause you any lasting unease. Look, we three, we're merely tourists here, passers-by. Take my advice. Keep your distance from all this, so you can still walk away at the end.
Okay, this was more important than I thought for her. The sun tablets.
Mariana, can you tell us what these tablets are?
It's rather more difficult when it's something synthetic like this. Some kind of vitamin supplement, I believe.
All three of them?
Yes, the 3 tablets seem largely to be the same thing.
The sailcloth.
It's a piece of an old sail, roughly cut into a square.
Illusion poster.
Mariana, you visited Silkworm before, didn't you? Was Sim's magic show in the theater back then?
No, when I passed through, the theatre wasn't showing anything. This very poster was up on the walls, but they'd covered it with a banner that said cancelled.
So that must have been after Sim left, but before the theater had booked a new act.
The cauldron.
There's only one thing more mysterious than a locked box, and that's an unlocked box that's been emptied of its contents.
Did you ever come across the cauldron in your research?
No, it really does seem to be something Mortuga's been keeping to himself.
What do you make of those scratch marks?
I'm not sure. They don't really look like anything made by an animal.
That's a relief. Wait, is it?
Yeah, is it? It could be a person. The eyeball.
It carries something of the cadaver about it. Might be the smell, rust and stagnant seawater. Perhaps it came from the ocean. Have you asked Madame Tadpole about it?
The page newspaper.
This marks a pivotal moment in Silkworm's history, the day the silver snake was discovered. It also shows the two women who found it, Felicia Stonetop, that's her on the left, and Sylvia Seafoam on the right.
Hang on, we saw a statue about this in the town square, but on the statue, the serpent was shown being wrestled by a male fisherman.
Yes, well, that's history for you.
Misogyny. Hiding things that women did. Anyways, the captain's jacket.
Emblazoned with the Seafoam S, I see. It's quite an elaborate... Oh, how strange. It's never been worn.
Never?
Once or twice, at the very most.
Submarine blueprint.
I'd love to know where Cynthia got the diagram of the wooden ship.
I thought it was supposed to be a submarine.
Oh, no, the yellowish parts. They're from an old drawing of a sailing ship. Looks like it might be from the original, too. I just wonder where she got it.
With the wheel.
Let's see. The thicker wood is mahogany, very old mahogany. The thinner wood, oh, I don't know, some kind of cheap timber, perhaps.
Somebody skimped on the repairs, huh?
Let's talk about the contract. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna be that
You know,
revolutionary.
one of the reasons I found it hard to research Mortuga was that there really wasn't much of a paper trail.
Well, seems like he changed his ways.
Yes, it's rather odd, isn't it? I wonder what compelled him to draw up a contract like this. I can't help but feel like the idea must have come from someone else.
The log.
I'd heard Mortuga wasn't one for writing things down, so I'd given up hope of finding a diary, but this might be the next best thing.
He made a record of every time a new person joined the submarine.
Except for when you joined, Mariana.
Well, I suppose he'd never had the chance.
Interesting. There's no paper trail that she was here, so if she's the culprit, there's no proof, you know? The locket.
Looks like gold to me.
No way. Real gold.
Why not?
I thought Symmetry was supposed to be an impoverished orphan.
Well, it's not worth anything unless she's willing to sell it. Oh, good. I was worried this wasn't going to come up.
What? Cynthia and her family?
The submarine in the background?
Yes and yes. But also no. The best part of this photo is the thing on the left-hand side.
Yeah, I had seen the serpent from... I told you there was a serpent. I saw it before.
It's in a glass tank. Do you see it?
Barely.
Is it a snake?
It's the silver snake, also known as the silkworm serpent. Oh, you've heard of it?
We might have. But what's it doing in the photo?
So, that submarine in the background. The silver snake is the reason that was built. Sylvia Seafoam, pictured there in the fancy jacket, she was quite fond of her serpent friend, you see, but the powers that be were demanding she hand it over to be studied. So Sylvia made a plan to go and live in a submarine and take the silver snake with her.
So I was right that the submariner was like to be friendly with the snake, with the serpent.
That's, quite ambitious.
Wait, so the sea serpent would also be living in the submarine?
Well, I don't have all the details. It's something I'm still researching.
Okay, tell us about the movie magazine, I guess.
Where'd you get that? The dentist's waiting room?
There's a poster on the back cover. It's for Dirk's movie.
Oh, yes, look at that. They've given her the wrong type of necklace. The sword looks about right, though.
What's that?
Just thinking out loud.
The dream helmet.
Mariana, I was wondering if you could tell us who's worn this.
How's she supposed to do that?
You know, by the smell.
Oh, gross.
Very well, let's see. I'm getting wind-battered mahogany, ice-cold sea spray, and mostly melted candle wax.
Great, thanks.
Okay, the hex bottle.
I can't speak to what that is squirming around in the bottle there, but the liquid is salt water with a mix of herbs. I suppose Zephyr must have a pestle mortar. I might ask to borrow it.
Which herbs?
Valerian, skullcap, and chamomile.
Okay, now the more important stuff. The moon vial first.
Do you recognize this, Mariana?
Should I?
Well, we just figured since there's a moon drawn on the label.
So because my name is Moon, all moon-related things must belong to me?
Even if it's not yours, do you have any idea what it is?
It's a herbal compound of some kind. Valerian, skullcap, chamomile, and seawater.
So, not poison.
Maybe it's medicine. Would those herbs do anything in particular?
I suppose it could be a sleep aid, like a mild sedative.
Interesting.
Oh shoot! A sedative. Was the captain always constantly like going downstairs to keep something in the cauldron asleep? But he was a little too late and the thing was awake this time. Ooh, interesting. Let's talk about the indies.
Where on earth did you find this?
Cynthia had it.
I don't know. You two have all the luck. I spent a year researching silkworm and never found anything this good.
What's so good about it?
It's penned by Solomon Stonetop himself. They say he built the Stonetop Inn with his own hands, and in doing so, he founded the town of Silkworm-on-Sea.
The journal.
Now, where did you find this?
Zephyr had it.
Did he now? Lillian's locket, silver snake, golden palm, mermaid... The mermaid's tongue.
You've heard of it?
Only the name, and only when people were telling me it doesn't exist.
Maybe it doesn't.
But there's a photo.
It's a photo of a drawing.
What's it supposed to do, anyway? The description in the book here is pretty vague.
And they say it allows humans to commune directly with God while they're still alive.
What? God?
In here it says, said to facilitate communication with she who lies beyond the veil.
She who lies beyond the veil, God, other dimensions, aliens, the afterlife. You know, it varies. But the sentiment is the same. Though it's a wretched thing, really. An echo of man's desperate, futile desire to wring answers from a silent universe.
I can see why people would say it doesn't exist.
But Zephyr's trying to get hold of it.
Well, he may be. It depends.
On what?
The strength of his will.
That was a way more informative text than I thought it was gonna be. Let's talk about the photo and then the map last, because the map was with her. So the photo.
Well, that has to be a face, but it's not. It doesn't look like anyone. When was this taken?
Pretty recently, I think.
I see. So she's probably still out there. Listen, don't worry about it. Seriously.
Okay, the Silkworm map.
I see you've been enjoying my map.
It's barely a map. It's closer to a list.
What about the family tree on the back?
Most of my research into silkworm has been focused on these two family lines, the Fellows and the Stonetops.
Seems like you haven't worked out how Mortuga fits into it. His name is just floating out there by itself.
I'm not sure if he does fit into it, to be honest.
Mariana, you've got a question mark there. Someone you don't know the name of.
Ah, yes. Quite the mystery, you see. I'd heard about...
We know her name. It's Freya. You're welcome.
Oh! See, that's what happens when you haven't played the game for so long. Wait. Oh, they added. Oh, that's cute. They added it. Yeah. So Damien Dusk, the mayor, married Felicia Stonetop, and then Freya was a daughter. Freya is the victim for Tangle Tower, the previous game. Okay, now we can finally interact with this, I think.
It's a pin board.
Oh, I think this is to select who's where. Well, she said it was right here, right? The doctor was... Oh, wait.
We'll come back later.
Yeah, no. Let's check the journal. Can I check the journal here?
A merciless shadow was cloaked.
It's you.
But how much did he say?
So-
He turned. It is.
What was he like?
Nice guy. He tells me after a little while.
What do you mean?
I just want to see the
He
positions
tells
that...
us so. Neither of them looked Captain Morton. He asked, then he just the last.
That she said...
Now.
We began by an early disappointment. Captain
So the bazaar is here,
Mr.
according
Gripp explained
to...
how
So...
Captain Mortuga mostly keeps the
Okay,
crew
so this
locked
is the bazaar.
to news.
This is Captain...
We climbed down into the first smells of
Yeah.
crane.
This is where
and
Cynthia
a young woman
is...
was laying hastily. The second bunk room.
Then this
smelled
is
of aftershave
this
and
year.
Next on the tour, the room at the very end of the hall.
Then
was
this is the
filled with-
captain.
Perhaps Mr. Gripp took me down. Perhaps you'll agree with me, dear reader.
Okay.
When Mr. Gripp took me down to the car
This is where
next
she
door, the
is.
engine room, burnished
This is where
bronze,
he
and
stays.
Mr. Gripp took. Perhaps you'll agree with me.
Oh.
Mr. Gripp next door, the end outside. I encountered. Clearly wishing we continued on into the next room, which I smelled
This
her
is
before I saw.
Mr.
The
Staple,
unmistakable and I
and then the
were
back doesn't have
so
anything. Okay.
It's a pin board.
Oh, we have to think about us. Oh. Okay. Well, shoot. I know you're here. You stay here. You're over here. The captain is here. You're here. You stay here. You two stay together here. You're over here. I guess we come from the top?
Nope.
So, there's a drawing of each of the suspects, one of Mortuga, and one of us too. Each one needs to be moved to the right place on the board.
I guess it's the place where we are now. So this is the captain's room. Mortuga is here. Dead. And we're... all three of us are here?
That's not it.
Looks like the board's been divided into segments.
The shape looks familiar. Is it some kind of diagram?
Of course. Remember Mariana's diary?
Oh shoot. Is it a...
We'll come back later.
is it a different thing that I thought?
It's a pizza oven.
No, it's a furnace. For heating the submarine.
Right. But you could put a pizza in there.
Oh, I wish... oh, I wish you didn't have to talk to her to see that. Okay.
A merciless shadow was cloaked.
It's you.
But how much did he say?
So-
He turned. It is.
What was he like?
Nice guy. He tells me after a little
What do you
the
mean?
light. He tells me so. Neither of them Captain Morton. He asked, then he just the last. Mr. Gripp now.
Okay.
We began by imagine my excitement to finally get.
Now,
to
how
look
do you
round
think this is
Mortuga's
supposed to
submarine.
be? Just the rooms where they are in?
One of Mortuga's subordinates.
I'm gonna get a piece of paper. Give me a moment. I have a piece of paper with me. Moment, a piece of paper. Thank you so much for paying for me to stretch. I really appreciate it. I shall stretch and crack my fingers as well. Okay. So I'll actually draw the diagram actually, just to make sure. And by draw is I will be very careful about oh my god, this pain is so bad. Okay, so give me a moment, everyone. I'm gonna get a different pen. My god, this is a horrible pen. Okay, let me test this one. A pencil. I'll use this pencil. Yeah, pencils are more reliable, anyways. There's the tape, then goes here. There's a circle. You can't see what I'm doing, but I promise you that I'm doing something. Okay, then we have this. It goes around like here, and then goes around like here. Closes here. Okay, I think this should be it. So
We began an early disappointment. We began by visiting a bizarre.
oh, I think it's supposed to be where she saw them.
Smelled of dried herbs and dusty glass, but was devoid of its an early disappointment. The captain's cabin was locked. We climbed down into the first smell.
So this is Cynthia.
A young woman was laying in her bed, poring over an old. She hastily hid the document. The second bunk room smelled
Then
of arc
Dirk
and desperation.
and I forgot the name, so I'm just gonna write altar.
Mr. Dirk Dansom both
Oh,
appeared to be
it's written right there.
so we decided
Worman.
to intrude.
Mr. Worman.
Next on the tour, a room inhabited, by the looks of things, by a young child.
Then
who was
this
also
is
Sadly,
symmetry.
this mythical child magician is nowhere to be seen.
She was probably in the
room
mirror.
at the very end of the hall was
Then
filled
here
with a
is the
heavy
star
bulkhead
room.
door. Mr. Gripp dismissed it as a storeroom.
I'm gonna go back and see where the dock. So, so this is the captain's quarters.
How Captain Mortuga mostly keeps this room locked. We began by visiting a bizarre laboratory known as the Dream Chamber.
So this is the laboratory. There is a room between.
Dusty glass. It was an early disappointment. We
Okay.
climbed down. Just next on the room at the perhaps you'll agree with Mr. Gripp took me down to the
This is
carpet
where
hall.
she
Smelled of
stays.
damp wood and tarred rope. Next door, the engine room. Burnished
Engine
bronze,
room.
the
This is where
tea-stained arch.
Creep is.
I learned that it's something of a nest for Miss outside. I encountered
This is where
Zachariah
Zephyr was
Zephyr,
seen.
the aforementioned keeper of the Dream Chamber. Surprised to see us, clearly wishing to. We continued on into the next room, which I was amused. I smelled her
This is
before.
Tadpole lady.
The
Tadpole.
unmistakable mix of salt, seaweed, and sequin. Tadpole and I caught an eye.
Okay.
So, yes.
Let's see if this works now.
It's a pinboard.
So Cynthia, Moon, Gripp is in the engine. Zephyr was right here. Tadpole was here. Symmetry is here. You dead, so I would expect here. Then you two were here. And you, I guess you're outside.
Nope.
So, there's a each one needs to be moved.
Okay, maybe put the two of you together down here.
That's not it.
Looks like the board's been divided into
The
sections.
shape looks familiar.
Of course. Remember Mariana's...
Yeah, it's what I'm trying to do. I guess we just leave. Wait, she never saw her. So maybe we leave her outside?
Nothing.
I'd say me, you, and Mariana all need to be in the same segment. Oh, and Mortuga probably shouldn't be in any of the segments.
Oh, so this is the what's wrong. Okay.
Nothing.
I'd say me, you, and and Mortuga probably shouldn't be in any.
Huh. True. Is it okay? Maybe just put him in his room.
Nothing.
I'd say me, you, and Mortuga probably.
Nothing.
I'd say
Ah.
Mortuga probably.
Are you sure Mortuga shouldn't be here?
Nothing.
I'd say... and Mortuga probably.
Maybe his room?
Nothing.
I'd say... and Mortuga probably.
Nothing.
I'd say... and Mortuga
Okay, so the Zephyr was right here.
Nothing.
I'd say... and Mortuga.
And he was outside.
Nothing.
I'd say... and Mortuga probably.
Oh, maybe put him here? Like the last time she...
Nothing.
I'd say... and Mortuga probably should...
I don't know what could be wrong. Isn't this the location where they were? Cynthia was here. Dirk and Worman were here. All three of them are in this little area. I guess we have to put them on the... like, slot them on the thing.
Nothing.
I'd say... and Mortuga probably should...
Huh.
Nothing.
Maybe remove symmetry?
Nothing.
Because she was not seen by Moon.
Nothing.
I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Is Tadpole like further in?
Nothing.
and Mortuga.
And Zephyr a little bit further in?
Nothing.
And Mortuga probably.
He went outside.
Nothing.
And Mortuga probably.
Nothing.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing here. It's like where we are now, right? So if it's where we are now, Zephyr is here. You are here. You are here in the command room.
Nothing.
And you should be outside.
Nothing.
And Mortuga.
Maybe you're a little bit further here.
There we go.
So I was right, my first instinct was right. It was just supposed to be the rooms where they are in right now. I just didn't place them in the correct position. Because Mortuga, I guess, doesn't count to be in the ship. He's dead.
Nice.
Apologies for the dumbness.
Nothing happened.
What were you expecting?
Normally, when we complete a puzzle, something unlocks and we get a new clue.
Yeah, we've been conditioned to expect that.
If it's a clue you want, take a look on the back of the pinboard.
What's this?
An instant photo depicting a muscular man. It was found in the cargo hold. Night of a full moon. WW Wayland Wolf. Oh yeah, they said that Wayland Wolf was gonna be doing something? Let me check. I saw something about Wayland Wolf. Somewhere. The name is familiar, but I don't remember where I saw it. Give me a moment. I'm sure I saw it somewhere. Yeah, I don't quite remember, but that's okay.
It's a little mirror.
It could do with a polish.
You could do with the polish.
Okay, let's talk to her about, well, the moon photo.
When did you take this photo?
Says it right there. On the night of a full moon.
How come that guy has glowing red eyes?
Perhaps it's because of his demonic essence.
Or you used a flash?
Perhaps it's because I used a flash.
Who's the woman in the ball?
Well, that's no woman. That's a mermaid, slumbering in an ethereal bubble.
You're not gonna tell us, huh?
Maybe she is telling us. Okay, where else can we go? We could go around showing what we have found to everyone and just like see if we get new information before we go anywhere new. So let's start from the top. Let's go to Cynthia first. Hey, what's up, Cynthia?
I'm probably gonna have to draw up some rules on keeping pets. It's not that I want to ban them, but you know, maybe a rule about not keeping them secret.
And, what's this got to do with Zephyr?
Oh, I'm pretty sure he's keeping an animal in there, in his dream chamber.
But you've not actually seen it.
No, I heard him talking to it though, a few times.
What kind of pet do you think it is?
It could be anything. Dr. Zephyr's into some pretty weird stuff, and he's got like black market connections. Sim was telling me about it.
Black market?
Oh, wait, she told me not to tell anyone else. Forget I said that.
Sure thing.
I can see you writing it down.
Okay, and what about Moon?
Mariana Moon? I've barely known her longer than you have.
Do you know why she's on the submarine?
I have to assume she was invited.
So, what? Nobody's allowed on board without being invited?
Naturally.
Who invited you?
Okay, maybe I'm an exception, but Captain Mortuga granted me access and he let me stay. So it amounts to the same thing.
You know, now that you're captain, you could tell Mariana to leave if you don't like her.
I never said I didn't like her. I think she's very interesting.
Wow.
So many new clues. Not that many actually for her. Let's talk about the dream helmet.
What does it do?
We're not sure.
My money's on nothing.
Hex bottle.
Hey, it's that bottle I saw Dr. Zephyr carrying around the submarine. Smells kind of like flowers or something. Weird.
What about the thing in the bottle?
I don't really want to know what that is.
The journal. Caretaker's journal.
Oh, I know about this one. The silver snake.
What do you know about it?
Well, I know it's a big sea serpent that my mom and her best friend fished out of the ocean.
Your mother found it?
Mm-hmm.
What happened to it? Did she keep it?
For a while. Eventually, some men came and took it away.
Where is it now?
I don't know.
The silkworm map.
Cynthia, this map's got your surname on it, and the S from your signature.
Oh yeah, Seafoam Harbor.
I mean, nobody ever really called it that, but my mom was the harbor master, so yeah.
And the moon photo.
Night of a full moon. My mom taught me how you can use the moon to work out where you are. Like, if you're sailing on the ocean and you can see the moon, you can work out which way's north, I think.
What if it's too cloudy?
Then you'd use a compass, like a normal person.
Okay, now let's check Dr. Zephyr. Also, okay, I was just checking something. Oh, there's a cable here.
Don't trip on that wire, Sally.
Wasn't gonna.
Okay, let's talk to him. He doesn't have a lot of stuff to show because he was one of the last, so let's just show the map.
Somebody's been trying to piece together Silkworm's history by the looks of it.
We noticed Mortuga's on there, but his name's not connected to anyone else.
Did he ever talk about his family? Or where he came from?
He never spoke of his heritage, no.
And the moon photo.
A photograph of a divine moon ritual. The man holds the orb aloft, and the being within is imbued with rays of mystic light, granting eternal moon wisdom.
Eternal moon wisdom, huh?
I have that. I skipped the ritual though. I was just born with it.
Impressive.
Also, I can shoot moon lasers out of my eyes.
Now you're just being ridiculous.
Okay. Talk about Moon, Mrs. Moon.
It is hypothesized that Miss Moon was embroiled in some form of deal with Magnus Mortuga.
What kind of deal?
What would she give him? Money?
His heart beat not for money and things.
What did it beat for?
People. Kinship.
So, Mariana gave him a person.
Maybe information about a person. Or how to find a person.
Oh, I didn't see the crystal ball here.
It's a weird crystal orb,
It is the fog ball.
if you say so.
Oh wow, there's a new clue I didn't. My god. A strange ball found in the drink chamber. Something is swirling around inside of it. Hey, Dr. Zephyr, what about this thing?
Where do you get this from?
It is on loan from Miss Silkbath.
So it's for some kind of magic trick.
I thought it was a crystal ball, like a fortune teller would use.
Indeed, it is a divining orb of a sort. However, I am not using it to see into the future, for such a pursuit is not but folly and nonsense.
Right. But I'm sure whatever you're using it for is totally rational and sensible.
Do not question the orb.
I'm always telling him that.
Okay, let's go back to Cynthia and just see what she says about it.
Oh, Sim's fog ball. What's this weird little antenna thing?
Is that not just part of the design?
No, I don't think so.
Interesting. Because I had noted that, but I couldn't interact with it. What about you, Moon?
Oh.
Do you have anything to say about the fog ball?
If I'm not mistaken, this little part at the front is actually a microphone.
Interesting. And Symmetry. Symmetry is gonna have a lot to show, huh? Okay. Not that much actually. Wait, it can be out of order? I didn't
It's a magic
know.
vanished.
I didn't realize that. Dr. Zephyr. Have I missed showing you something? Okay, just making sure, just making sure. Okay, let's go back to Symmetry. The dream helmet.
Do you know how Zephyr's dream helmet works?
His secrets are his own to keep.
Okay, but just for the record, you do know his secrets.
I am bound to share them not.
Hex bottle.
Hey, Sim, do you know anything about this?
Speaketh soft.
Okay? Do you know anything about this?
Nay,
The silkworm map.
against all odds I've been inscribed upon this family tree, bound only by the bloodline of my matron's former kin.
Your matron? That's Fortuna Fellow.
No longer tied to fellow name, she styles herself as Baroness. Whatever that's supposed to mean.
Sim, look, you've got two half-brothers. Kinda.
Only in the faintest terms, but there they are, Flint and Felix.
We've actually met Felix. Would you believe that?
No?
Oh, well, we did.
I tried to remember who's Felix. Oh, Felix is Fiona's husband. Yeah, the adventurer. Yar har kind of guy. Okay. Moon photo.
A werewolf? Or some hellborn fiend?
Yeah, I think it's just a guy.
But his eyes, they burn of wicked flame.
Well, it's either wicked flame or it's just red eye from using a flash in low light.
And the fog ball.
Oh, my fog ball.
Your fog ball?
As carved and crafted.
You made it? What for?
Well, thou mayst use it to speak with Gregory.
Sorry, Gregory? We never met a Gregory.
You wouldn't have. He lives inside the ball.
Oh.
And he's my uncle.
Oh.
And he's dead.
Oh.
And fictitious.
Oh.
Okay, tell me about Dr. Zephyr.
His life's long hope to pierce the veil and breach those blackest bounds. Solitary once, no more, for help is found in frightened form of fair and freckled face.
She means herself.
I'm following.
A time bespent in chamber dream and chained to lofty quest. Then lo, a shock! Dismissed, bespurned, rejected, my lonesome purpose lost.
Why'd he do that?
Zacharias Zephyr, number 3. the entangled dream.
Deceiving yourself?
And Mrs. Moon.
Still estranged, this moon and I, but she and me befind ourselves in newfound kinship joined.
What kind of kinship would that be?
The kinship of wearing a big yellow locket around your neck. We may need to workshop the name.
Mariana's moon necklace? That's a locket?
Must be. I've seen her open it up and peer concernedly at its internals.
Huh.
Mariana Moon, number
We're
9.
definitely
The
going to go back,
half-hidden
right?
moon.
Being incomplete?
Okay, we're definitely going to go back to her. Oh, nothing here. Okay, well, in that case... New room. So this is Gripp. This is Dirk and Werman. This is Mrs. Tadpole, and this is nothing. This is gonna be 2 people. This is gonna be way more dialogue. Let's go to Gripp. I'm gonna leave Mrs. Tadpole for last. I feel like she's the one that's gonna reveal the most.
Hello? Is anyone there?
I think there's someone in that basket.
That's cute. Okay, let's talk to him and then check the room.
What on earth are you doing?
Ah, customers! Come in, and welcome to Mr. Gripp's Emporium.
Wait, what?
I guess he's Mr. Gripp.
What's that? You'd like a succinct yet exhaustive rundown of our operational philosophy?
I don't think I said that.
Here at Mr. Gripp's, we plot the unplottable, chart the unchartable, and measure the unmeasurable. No sea too vast, no night too dark, no fog too thick. With the right contraption in your pocket, even the great unknown may be quantified and calculated. So fret not, noble navigator, as we stock all the essentials.
I don't have money, sir. Just watch. I'm gonna click and he's... I see. I see. Okay, let's check the items, I guess.
I'm sorry, you can't afford this item.
I don't want it.
I'm afraid you don't have enough money.
I know! I'm not trying to buy anything!
Apologies, you can't afford that one.
Ugh.
Mr. Gripp, we're not customers. We're detectives. We need to talk to you.
Why didn't you say so? Now, what is it you wanted to know?
Tell us about yourself, Mr. Gripp.
Can I get your full name?
Godric Gripp of Mr. Gripp's Emporium.
And that's this little shop you run down here in the engine room, for some reason.
This is merely the newest branch. The flagship site is back in Circuum-on-Sea.
Yeah, we saw it. It's all boarded up.
Yes, well, I can't make a living selling compasses to the ghosts in a ghost town, can I?
So that's what you do? Sell compasses? Seems kinda niche.
We buy, sell, and service all manner of nautical navigation equipment. What's that? Ah, yes, we also provide cartographic consultation. We'll analyze and decipher any map, all for a low, low fee. Some maps may be invalid, fee to be decided on a case-by-case basis.
Sorry, did you just talk to your stick?
You mean Cornelius Kane?
And he's given it a name. Great.
Don't ask any follow-up questions. Maybe he'll let us move on.
I love this guy. Talk about the submarine.
How'd you wind up here?
I crashed my hot air balloon into the ocean. Whole thing came down. Dreadful. And of course, I've never been a swimmer, don't have the upper body strength.
How'd you crash your balloon?
A rather spirited disagreement with a flock of migratory pelicans led to an abrupt
Sure, okay. And the actual reason?
storm.
There we go.
Wait, so you're an aeronaut? I thought you were a shopkeeper.
Yes, well, you're quite right, of course. But I've been inspired to leave my shop behind and head out on a journey of discovery into the great unknown. That was the plan, at least. As you can see, I didn't make it very far at all.
So there's a storm, the balloon crashes, you fall into the ocean, then what?
Enter Captain Mortuga. He finds me adrift, fishes me out of the water, and promptly places me here.
In the engine room? Was every other room taken?
On the contrary, only Mortuga and Zephyr were living here when I arrived, so I rather had the run of the place. Cornelius and I just agreed this would be the best place to set up shop, as it were.
Why did you set up your shop again? You just said you'd been inspired to leave it behind.
I had to make myself useful somehow, didn't I?
Maybe there's another reason, question mark. Tell us about your point of view on Ivan the murder.
Let's see. I'd taken Cornelius up to the mess hall. Poor fellow needed a little repair work, you see.
Were you alone up there? Aside from Cornelius, I mean.
No, Werman was there, working away on his typewriter. Then, all of a sudden, somebody new came down the ladder. A woman by the name of Mariana Moon. Werman and I conversed with her for a few minutes before Mortuga himself entered the room. He passed through towards the child's room and the storeroom, but before he left, he asked us to provide Mariana with a tour of the submarine. Werman feigned a sudden fatigue and slithered off back to his room, leaving me as the solitary tour guide.
You do kinda look like a tour guide, to be honest.
Yes, well, I won't bore you with a blow-by-blow. I'm sure Mariana will cover that in her statement. Suffice it to say, we ended up in the bilge at the very back of the submarine. And there we were, standing in the dark, when all of a sudden, a voice echoed down from above.
I mean, to be fair, so far, none of the statements have contradicted each other.
Mortuga's voice?
No, a young woman's, possibly two different women. The voices were followed by the sound of a blade, and finally a dull thud, like something hitting the ground.
Sounds like a murder to me.
What did Mariana make of all this?
Well, apparently satisfied by our impromptu eavesdropping session, she made her farewells and left.
You didn't go with her?
No, I stayed a little longer.
Did you hear any other weird noises?
I did. First, the sound of the storeroom door wrenching open and then closing again. Secondly, some kind of short, heavy scrape, mechanical. And finally, a dull thud, like something hitting the ground.
Sorry, again?
How many murders were there?
I didn't really know what to do with myself after that, but an unexpected lurch of the submarine caused me to very nearly topple over into the bilge water. So I decided to take my leave and return to the safety of my engine room.
You didn't want to go upstairs and see what was going on?
I certainly thought about it. Ultimately, I think it came down to cowardice on my part.
You didn't want to run into the murderer.
So, let's see. I was sat there, feeling rather pathetic, when Cynthia appeared in my doorway.
What did she want?
Well, she had a compass she wanted me to fix. I agreed to take a look at it for her. But that wasn't the end of it. She then told me she'd been asked to bring me upstairs, along with everyone else. And so, after fetching Mariana from next door, the three of us went up to the storeroom. I saw Mortuga's body laying on the floor, saw the cut across his neck. The cowardice I'd felt before compounded. Tadpole spoke to the room. She wanted a confession, or even just an explanation. It goes without saying that nobody was willing to offer one. Really, that's the end of it. After that, several things happened very quickly. Cynthia became captain, decided to bring in a detective. You two arrived, and here we are.
Not gonna lie, his story has been the most interesting one. I mean, not that the other ones didn't tell anything interesting, because Moon told us what Zephyr was getting from his room, which he was secretive about. But he's been the most interesting one because he was in the bilge and heard more noises from the room, so we know more happened. So the cauldron might not have anything to do with the actual event of the murder. It could have been opened up in secret after the murder had happened. So, you know what could be sad? The mermaid, remember that there's a mermaid? What if the mermaid caused the captain to kill themselves? Or the captain was moving the blade around and he accidentally hurt himself by being scared by the mermaid in the window. and died. It could also just be an accident, but then you have the story, then you have the bit about someone opening the door afterwards, and then more sounds happening, so what's up with that, right? Now it's time for the 2000-year conversations of checking every suspect and clues. So let's check first his opinion of the captain.
He lived and worked in the inn opposite my emporium. I'd see him when I offered my custom at the inn, and in return, he'd come by my shop. As a sailor, Mortuga shared in my interest of nautical navigation. He even hired me for a job once.
Did he tell you he was planning to go live on a submarine?
I don't think he told anybody. After his disappearance, all I had was several largely unsatisfactory rumors. They said he disappeared into the sea, whatever that was supposed to mean. The first time I laid eyes on his eponymous submarine was when it rescued me from my fallen balloon. I can't tell you how surprised I was to see Magnus Mortuga step out into the foredeck, although he wasn't quite the same man I'd known before.
How do you mean?
The light in his eyes was dulled, like he wasn't really there.
What had happened to him?
Well, I'd never found out, but you know, perhaps the rumors were true after all. Perhaps he had disappeared into the sea.
Okay, let's go by order. Let's talk about Dr. Zephyr, the only person beyond Mortuga that was in the submarine when you arrived.
What'd you make of old Dr. Zephyr? Not a fan?
There's been some speculation that his experiments may be dangerous or even harmful. Although it's hard to be sure, since he seems so reluctant to admit what they actually are.
You don't even know? I would have thought, since you've both been here for a while.
Well, yes, Zacharias was one of the only 2 souls aboard the submarine when I arrived, but he never made me feel especially welcome, and he certainly wasn't keen on me poking around his dream chamber. In fact, he always seemed somewhat wary of me, like my arrival was going to scupper his plans in some way.
I guess Zephyr and Mortuga weren't expecting anyone else to show up.
Okay, let's talk about Cynthia.
Young Cynthia seems quite convinced that she should be the new captain in the wake of Mortuga's death.
Sounds like you don't agree.
Well, now, I didn't say that. It's just...
You don't think she's up to the task?
On the contrary, from what I've seen, Cynthia is a remarkably bright and capable young woman. So much so that I bemoan seeing her spend her best years hidden away down here in the dark.
No, it doesn't have to be permanent. She could be captain for a little while and then go do something else.
Okay, what about Symmetry?
I will say, in the last day or so, Symmetry does seem particularly somber.
Because of Mortuga's death?
Yes, the problem seems to be that she considers herself a kind of catalyst.
Does she? Why?
Well, I believe she'd been working on some new project, and shortly before Mortuga died, Symmetry shared this project with him.
And
then he dies. It's probably just bad timing.
What kind of project was it?
I really have no idea. What's that? Oh, yes. Cornelius tells me he saw Symmetry drawing something while in the mess hall. A poster, apparently?
Interesting. Also, welcome back, Kuka. Yeah, this game is so fun. I'm enjoying this so much. What about Mariana Moon?
You know, there was something I noticed while giving Mariana a tour of the submarine. Soon after we entered the bilge, she whipped out her tobacco pipe with a strange kind of urgency.
did she smoke it?
Well, she put it in her mouth, but she didn't light it. What's that, Cornelius? You've never seen her light it? Well, now you mention it.
Yeah, probably not a good idea to smoke inside a submarine anyway.
Yes, and Mariana seems like such a stickler for health and safety regulations.
Okay, now tell us about yourself, Mr. Gripp.
Before this thrilling little jaunt on the Mortuga submarine, I'd lived in Silkworm all my life. I worked for my father and eventually inherited his business. Godman Gripp's nautical and aeronautical precision measurement and navigation instruments.
Snappy title.
I eventually trimmed the name down to just Mr. Gripp's Emporium. That was around the same time I hired young Cornelius here as a much-needed second pair of hands.
He's a stick. He does not have hands.
Yes, running that business was my whole life for many years. Slow, sometimes tedious work, but I was extremely good I especially relished in the task of deciphering and restoring old maps. The more decrepit they were, the more I enjoyed it.
And now you live in the engine room of a submarine. Must be a big change.
Yes and no.
Okay. Let's check all the... Let's just go... I'm not gonna go in like anymore like, oh, this one is probably not important at all. I'm just gonna start from the bottom and go up.
Let's see here. Nope. Doesn't say it anywhere. No based on, no inspired by.
Inspired by what?
True events. But then again, I suppose it is largely imaginary and mostly guesswork. I'd imagine that gets him off the hook.
Kuka says, so I might come back to lurking my speedrun some Mario Kart 8 Deluxe again. Good luck with that! And thank you so much for blessing us with your presence again. What's your opinion on the case file, my dude?
No bladed weapon of any kind was found in the room. Yes, I noticed that too.
The missing murder weapon. Classic.
Any idea where it might be, or what?
Not yet.
Wait, if... Maybe it's not a bladed weapon. Mind if I let you stream on background? Oh sure, no problems. I will be honored. Maybe it's not a bladed weapon. Maybe it's natural weapons. Maybe it's claws. Remember that the lizard, the silver snake, I think that's the name, the silver snake was around the submarine? What if the silver snake was kept in the cauldron? The captain every now and then comes down with his moon vial to keep it sleeping. And then, but this time the creature was awake, it was angered in some way, shape or form, and it slashed the captain. Maybe not even like with any aggressive thoughts, maybe it was just startled by something. Maybe the underwater photo, maybe like D showed up, it startled the snake, and the snake attacked the captain and just killed him by complete happenstance. Also, I was thinking the moon vial, the sun tablets, maybe these are not supplements for people. Maybe these are for the silver snake, the serpent. The sun tablets is vitamin D for it. You give this to them in the morning, and the moon vial you give this to them in the evening, so they can sleep. What do you like? What do you think of this theory, people? Anyways, Mr. Gripp, what's your opinion about the wooden boy?
Wonderful, isn't it? Cornelius thinks it might be his great-grandmother. For all I know, he may be right.
It belonged to Mortuga, I assume?
Yes, and to me it sits right alongside that iron bell in his office and that stone cauldron in the storeroom. Together they form Mortuga's collection of inexplicably cursed-looking nautical artifacts.
Maybe they do form a set.
Her painting.
Yes. Can't really miss it, can you?
It's creeping me out, but I really want to know what it is.
I wouldn't lose sleep over it if I were you.
The sun tablets.
Is that a sun?
Probably. Although it could be a wheel.
Ah, yes, wheel tablets.
The sailcloth?
This is from a ship's sail?
I think so?
Did you sell sails in your shop?
No, ship parts like that fell within the remit of the Drummond shipyard, a few doors down.
The illusion poster.
Cornelius tells me he spotted Miss Silk Moth drawing this while she was in the mess hall.
What's it a drawing of, exactly?
Let's have a look, shall we? That symmetry, I assume. And she's sitting on the cauldron, facing a window?
The moon vial.
We think Mortuga might have dropped this when he was killed.
You can think that all you like. Personally, I think it came from somewhere else.
If it wasn't dropped by Mortuga, perhaps it was dropped by the culprit?
Might have been neither.
You are suggesting this bottle made its own way into the crime scene?
Maybe.
The stone cauldron.
So what's the deal with this cauldron?
I've no idea.
Really? I figured you've been here a while. Surely Mortuga would have mentioned it?
He never did. Seems like he was keeping it secret.
From who?
From everyone.
Why would it need to be a secret?
Maybe he just wanted it all for himself. Yeah, whatever was in there, I mean.
He it wasn't really Mortuga's modus operandi to be selfish like that. Quite honestly, it's more likely to be the exact opposite.
What, so keeping it secret was him being selfless, somehow?
Like if it was dangerous. He kept it hidden as a way of keeping you all safe.
The eyeball key.
Where on earth did you find this?
It was just lying around. Do you know what it is?
What I do know is that it belonged to Mortuga.
But you don't know what it was actually for.
I couldn't say with any academic certainty.
Newspaper page.
Godric Gripp's nautical and aeronautical precision measurement and navigation instruments. Great name.
Kuka asked between one of our what cup should I speedrun first? 3. Go for 3.
As well, this was shortly before the rebrand.
Why'd you decide to rebrand the shop?
You see, the news about the Silkworm Serpent put the town in a particular sort of mood. Interest in all things nautical adventure was on the rise, you know. They put up that statue, we get tourists even.
So you capitalized on the zeitgeist.
Look at you, using the vocabulary.
Okay, Captain Jacket.
Yes, this was clearly made by someone who understands the value of iconography.
You mean the S emblems?
The whole thing?
Submarine blueprint.
What's the deal with this blueprint? It's kind of a mess.
They say Mortuga bought an incomplete submarine and then paid for it to be completed. So it only makes sense that the blueprint's as ramshackle as the ship itself.
Where'd he buy it from?
How'd he pay for it?
1, the shipyard, I imagine. And 2, I have no idea. He'd never seemed to have any money.
The ship's wheel.
Do you know how the wheel got damaged?
It looks in working order to me.
No, look. Some of the spokes are different. It looks like they broke off and got replaced.
You're quite right. Although it's not exactly at odds with the ship as a whole, is it?
Meaning?
Look around you. She's a ramshackle old thing. Sturdy, yes, even handsome in places, but undeniably a patchwork of sorts.
The contract.
No, I don't like it.
No, what's wrong with it?
The wording, it's too vague. It could be about anything.
But if it's not about Cynthia and Mortuga, what would it be about?
I couldn't say.
Okay, so my theory is this contract is actually supposed to be Mortuga letting people know in the law that the Stone Top Inn should go to Cynthia after his passing away, not the submarine. She just used it as an opportunity because the contract is vague enough to say, oh no, he actually made the submarine. It could be that. But let's continue.
But I stand by it. There's a chance Cynthia's got the wrong end of the stick. She oughtn't be captain after all. Oh, sorry, Cornelius. He doesn't like it when I say wrong end of the stick.
The captain's log.
Mortuga's log? Let's find the entry about me, shall we? Here it is, right after Zephyr's. Godric Gripp rescued from hot air balloon accident. To refer to it as an accident, a merciful gesture indeed.
Golden locket.
Bingo! Lydian's locket in the flesh.
And Lillian is... who?
By all accounts, some kind of sorceress.
How come you know about this?
Well, it's a brass trinket, and thus it's often placed within the jurisdiction of my expertise.
The family photo.
Oh, yes, I remember hearing about this. A submarine constructed by the harbour master and the shipyard mechanic, who I believe was her husband.
Where'd you hear about it?
Just gossip from around town.
Underwater photo.
Goodness me.
What's it a photo of?
Well, it's a face. I suppose we can agree on that.
Doesn't look like any face I've ever seen.
No, well, perhaps you ought to count yourself lucky.
A movie magazine.
Are there really only 2 characters?
It's just a poster. I'm sure there are more in the actual film.
If it sticks to the novel, there actually might only be 2 characters.
The Indies.
Gripp, what do you know about this document?
Ah, yes. I believe it belongs to Cynthia, and she gave it to Mortuga shortly after she first arrived.
Okay, the dream helmet.
Do you know if Zephyr made this himself?
He must have done. He didn't have it when I first got here. In fact, I'm pretty sure he measured Mortuga's head to get the shape right.
The hex bottle.
There's some kind of pattern. It almost looks pictorial.
Does it mean something?
It might do. I imagine poor old Zephyr has been trying his best to figure it out.
Character journal.
Good heavens.
Something catch your eye?
Rumored to be lost at sea requires a special key. Is that right?
The mermaid's tongue? Do you know anything about it?
No. Can't say I...
Oh shoot! Wait!
Based on this, I wonder if it may not even be real. After all, there isn't even a photograph. That's just a drawing.
I have one theory. The mask, it needs a key to be used, right? The mouth, isn't the shape, this hole, the same shape as like the keyhole for the cauldron? I think... Ooh, maybe. Let us continue. The subware map.
Remarkable! There we are! Cornelius, look! I told you all our hard work would put us on the map someday.
How come your logo is a hot air balloon? I thought you sold stuff for boats.
Officially, we deal in the nautical and aeronautical. But in truth, the balloon motif was mostly just for fun. I'm not sure there were ever any aeronauts in Silkworm.
Okay, the moon photo.
Aha! This must be where Madame Tadpole got her stage name.
You think? She's not called Madame Mermaid Orb.
And the fog ball.
Aha! A crystal ball! Oh, how quaint. What's that? What's it for? Oh, you know, the usual. Whispering questions into the great unseen beyond, hoping without hope to get a response.
Okay. You had a lot to say, huh?
I wonder if Mariana would let us take a closer look at that pipe of hers.
In a moment, let me
It can't
check.
hurt to ask.
Let me check this room first.
It's a big compass.
A broken compass that's in the process of being fixed. It was on display in Gripp shop.
Who are these guys?
Just some of my satisfied customers.
Who are these guys?
Just some of my satisfied.
Sail on now.
Can I buy something with my wages?
We don't get paid until we solve the mystery.
What if we don't solve it? Do I still get paid? Grimoire?
Noisy, dangerous, confusing. Yep, it's an engine room.
I thought you were talking about me.
A selection of some of my more unusual compasses. Please peruse at your leisure.
Okay, let's peruse. Why not? This compass tries to point away from all the others. It has to be the yellow one, okay. This compass doesn't want to solve this puzzle right now. This compass is actually a clock in disguise. I didn't check if one of them was Zulu. This compass tries to point at all the others. Yes, this one. Oh, sure, I guess. If you get a good time, you can let me know. Oh, this is the clock because it has the 12 marks. This is the clock. And this compass doesn't want to solve the puzzle right now. So this works. This doesn't do anything. Oh, this one doesn't have any marking, so this one doesn't help.
Nope.
So there's 4 slots, and each one... The labels are all describing
Yeah, wait. This one is pointing, actually. It actually changed. No, this one is definitely the one that points outside. This one is not a clock in disguise. This is not pointing at the others. Yeah, this is definitely this one. Or does it point only to the pink one? Oh, it only points at the pink one. So it's not this one. So... maybe it's this one. And this one.
I guess that's wrong.
I think we'd get more information about how each compass worked. And pay attention to the needles while you're doing it.
That's what I'm doing. Wait. Let's try again. This one is always pointing. Okay, move this one away. This one always points at the green one. This one, yeah, this one always points at the green one. This one always points away from the others, question mark? No, it only points away from this one. Okay. Let me move one, like, for you here. Oh. Yeah, this one points at the green one. So these two are a pair. I think this is the one that points away. This doesn't feel like... okay.
Nothing.
It's really all about the behavior of the needle.
At least one of them doesn't seem to be a compass at all.
Yeah, that's what... okay, which one... I'm not gonna touch anything. Which one moves on their own and it's actually a clock? I should put them next to each other so it's easier to catch differences, so... which one is actually moving on their own and it's a clock? Because I don't see any of them moving, so I sincerely think this is the clock. This has to be the clock. This is more pointing away from the others, right? It's not relative to one of the others. Oh. Yeah. This is pointing away from the others. So this is definitely this one. Am I that dumb, people? Am I dumb? Am I silly? This compass tries to point at the others. It feels like it's this one. And this is the one that doesn't work at all.
Nothing.
It's really...
At least one of them doesn't seem...
Or is it one of these?
Nothing.
It's
At
really...
least one of them
Like,
doesn't...
one of these here.
Nothing.
It's
Oh,
At
wait.
least one of them doesn't seem...
You're also pointing at the others. Maybe it's this one. But this one also points at the others.
Nothing.
It's
At
really...
least
Yeah,
one of
and
them...
this one doesn't point to anything. It doesn't
Nothing.
It's
At
really...
least
do
one of them
anything.
doesn't
This one could be the one that's... Maybe this is the one that doesn't do anything at all, because this is the only one that doesn't change.
Nothing.
It's really...
At least one of them
Yeah,
doesn't
maybe it's like this.
Nothing.
It's
At
really...
least one of them doesn't seem...
Oh, this has been moving around. Is this the clock?
Nothing.
It's
At
really...
Maybe
least
this
one
is the
of them
clock because this one doesn't move at all. So this one follows. This one follows.
Nothing.
It's
At
really...
least one of them
Oh,
doesn't
I feel kind of bad about this one puzzle. Am I dumb? Yeah, this is the only one. No, it does change a little. Is there any one of them that doesn't change and it's just a clock? The pink one. The pink one doesn't change. Yeah, the pink one is the only one that doesn't change. This might be the clock. Okay, you were pointing away, I remember this. You were the one that wasn't doing anything, and you were the one that points at the others, so...
Nothing.
It's
At
really...
least one of them doesn't seem...
Which ones also points at the others? You?
Nothing.
It's
At
really...
least one of them doesn't seem...
You also points at the others.
Oh, that was it.
There you go. I don't fully get the logic, but... Let's move on.
Nice work.
Did something unlock?
Nope.
Yeah, it did. I heard it. Sounded like a box opening.
Pure conjecture.
It's open.
What is that? Some kind of scroll.
That is not for sale. Please don't touch it.
Too late. Sorry.
An old scroll hidden in the engine room. It's a map. Ooh, look at this. It's the boy. The hunter boy. Map coordinates approximately 2 miles from Silkworm Coast. Map interpreted by Godric Gripp for Magnus Mortuga. Cost waived. Interesting, so... He made a map for Mortuga and then he showed up at the submarine by accident? He knew about this journey this whole time. Why would you lie to me, Mr. Gripp?
What's with all the needles and cogs and stuff?
It looks like Gripp's halfway through fixing it. That's what I figured anyway.
Ah, thank heavens. That's what I was hoping for.
Sorry, what?
Perhaps I should explain. You see, Miss Seafoam came to me with a compass she needed fixing. I went to put the needle back on, but Cynthia stopped me. No, she said. The whole thing is broken. You'll have to take a look at the insides. You'll have to replace the needle. For some reason, she seemed to need it to be true.
She needed the compass to be broken.
I told her I had various spare needles I could try out as replacements, and here we are.
And you left it out so Cynthia would see it? So she'd think you were actually fixing it?
That's the idea, yes. So if you kindly put it back where you found it.
Yeah, I will do that in a moment. What about the map?
How much for this one?
It's not for sale.
Oh, too rare? Too valuable?
It's from my personal collection. I really hadn't intended for you to see it.
Well, we did see it.
What's it a map to, anyway? What's at the red X?
Now that's the question, isn't it?
You don't know?
Unfortunately, not.
Interesting. Okay. We can check with everyone. Let's go up this time. Let's check with her. Him. Her. Then we put the compass, see what happens. Then we go back down to talk with Marianne about her pipe. Hey, Miss Symmetry. Tell us about Gripp.
Despite all his whims and wayward ways, his heart beats hopeful, kind, and keen.
His whims, like how he talks to a wooden stick.
When first we met, when first I came, he had not yet his cane beclaimed.
So, where'd he get it from? The cane.
Wrought it he by his own hand, composed of cast-off scrap and scrounge.
Really?
Did Gripp live down in the engine room, even back then?
Verily, he seeks it out, that engine's heart, for clank and clamour calm his core.
He likes how noisy it is. What's wrong with him?
Godric Gripp, number 2, the broken compass.
Feeling lost or trapped?
You were 25 seconds late on from your PB. That is fine, it happens. Well, that's not a bad time, I guess, if it's like your first run of the day. What's your opinion about the compass?
The compass lies on deathbed dark, its many pointed bones askew. Hush! It now endures a surgeon's steady hand.
You'll pull through, little compass.
The map.
A map that leadeth unto naught.
What do you mean? It leads to that big red X.
Yeah, but it's a big red X in the middle of the ocean.
It comes to mind I saw this map upon the captain's cabin desk.
When was this?
Soon after I arrived. Just once, and then it vanished.
Well, now it's reappeared.
Ta-da!
She's so cute.
I wonder if Gripp will let us take a closer look at that cane of his.
Can't hurt to ask.
There's a lot of stuff happening right now. Okay. Let's continue going back up. What's your opinion about Gripp?
He joined us about a week or so after we first left port. He caused problems almost immediately.
How come?
Godric made some kind of official request, but Magnus had denied it. Their disagreement was something to do with navigation. For my own sake, I stayed out of it.
The map, okay.
The ship's compass. I witnessed Cynthia carrying this from the control room the night Magnus was murdered.
Yeah, I think it broke. She was taking it to get fixed.
Odd, it's never broken before. There must be a connection.
And the map.
If only it hadn't been torn in two, then I could be sure.
Of what?
The branch of red coral at the base of the map. I'm wondering if that's the treasure you'd find if you traveled to the X marked in the center.
Okay. It doesn't have much to say. What about you, Cynthia?
Ooh!
Your opinion
I
of
found
Gripp?
out Mr. Gripp wanted to be the submarine's navigator at one stage, but Mortuga never allowed it. After I became captain, I half expected Gripp to come and ask about taking on the role.
But he didn't?
Nope.
Would you have said yes?
Of course. I have no idea why Mortuga didn't allow it, but Mr. Gripp's clearly an expert. I would have welcomed his help.
I wonder why he didn't ask.
I'd guess he assumed Cynthia didn't want any help. Sorry, Cynthia, but you do give off a kind of I can do everything by myself vibe. Just a little.
Feedback duly noted.
Your opinion on the compass?
This is the ship's compass. From here in the control room.
Mm-hmm. Looks like Mr. Gripp's already working on fixing it. Good! That's good.
Why so many needles?
The original needle was broken. Mr. Gripp said he had a few he could try out as replacements.
This one's the original?
Yeah.
Looks fine to me. Just put it back in.
Nope, wouldn't work. It's malfunctioning. It needs to be replaced.
And the map?
This weird little drawing. It looks kind of like that thing Mortuga kept up on the foredeck.
Okay, let's put it down here.
Can we look at the control panel?
If you promise not to press any of the buttons.
I will make no such promise.
Looks like something's missing here. Something with 3 small holes.
Bowling ball? Coconut?
We can't put it?
Looks like something.
Really?
Coconut?
Not a whole
Yeah,
lot.
it's mostly... It's a lever.
A little card came out.
It's got a bunch of numbers printed on it.
Oh, I guess it shows the daily readings for the depth, the speedometer and the heading. I wonder why you'd need that.
Insurance purposes, maybe.
Really? Okay, so I can't put it in yet. That's fine. Let's check Mariana's first.
Ah. Do you want to look at my pipe?
If you don't mind.
By all means.
Ah, interesting. This is... I don't think this is a pipe. I don't think this is a pipe. This is a microphone. Maybe? Like, you know, this is a speaker. Oh, you're extremely suspicious, lady.
Sally, despite what you may have read in popular detective fiction, this is no time to smoke a pipe.
I'm not gonna smoke it. I want to listen to it.
You... what?
It's multiplayer.
I'm sorry, Tanya. I cannot. But why'd you even need? I've told you before. No, you haven't. All you've ever told me is that I'd like to request that you return to your room. I have something I must attend to.
Interesting.
Hey, listen. Why don't we just kill him? That helps both of us. If he dies, we're both free, right? Come on, I know you don't have any better ideas.
Ooh, murder conspiracy.
Stargazing girl stares into the ink-black void. Upon her trembling lips, a question born. A forbidden query of what may be and what may not be. The void, unyielding to the girl's plight, stares back. It speaks.
Close your eyes, my love, and be still, for this is the end and the beginning.
Interesting. Did they use... did the killer use symmetry to practice the murder? I'm actually thinking, what if... Okay, wild theory, what if everyone is involved in this? That's also a possibility. Except Cynthia, because she's the one that called us maybe, but... Nah. That will be a cop-out, I think. I'm going to bed now. I think it's late. Have fun, better enjoy watching. Thank you so much, Raspberry. You're not gonna miss too much because I think I'm gonna stop streaming as soon as I'm done dealing with these two suspects. And then stop for tonight because it's getting kind of late. So tomorrow I'm gonna play more, so you'll get to see more of the game. You won't have missed much. But yes, thank you so much for blessing us with your presence, and I hope you have a good night to sleep. Okay, let's see the last one. Oh, maybe this is... And the bilge. Remember, okay, Mariana Moon is definitely suspicious. She's the Mr. Gripp said they went to the bilge under the cauldron. She picked up the pipe, then they heard voices. She left, and then he heard more. So I think the first thing he heard was from the pipe. Yeah.
Hello?
What do you have to say about this, huh?
What do you think of the pipe? Fine craftsmanship, wouldn't you say?
It's not a pipe at all. It's a secret dictaphone.
That's not a secret.
You're clearly recording people without their permission.
So?
So it's immoral.
Well, if you're going to kick up a fuss, I'll just take it back, shall I?
No, hang on. It might be useful.
Aha! I knew it. Tut at me all you like, but you can't deny the value of hard evidence. As much as I love an old map, I wouldn't know where to start with these. I prefer maps that show some sort of land. Or, you know, some sort of anything. I never needed a compass. I prefer old-fashioned methods of navigation.
I'm pretty sure compass is the old-fashioned method.
Not as old as the sun and stars, and unlike this compass, they never break and need repairing.
I'm not sure it is broken, actually.
Yeah, I'm so sorry to hear that, Kuka. Good luck on the next time, next attempt. I'm gonna show the pipe to everyone before I talk to Mr. Gripp. Just to see what they have to say.
A tobacco pipe?
Yeah, sure.
No, it's not.
Oh, I know this game. One always tells the truth and the other always lies.
No, that's not what's happening.
Yes, it is.
Hey man, did you know that you were being recorded by the pipe?
Mariana Moon's tobacco pipe.
Yes and no.
It's actually a dictaphone, like a little tape recorder.
Curious. Is Miss Moon some sort of covert operative?
Who knows? Maybe.
I think she's just nosy.
Okay, and then talk to Cynthia.
Wait, so it's a cassette player for listening to music?
Nearly.
Looks like the tape can swap out.
So?
So maybe there are other tapes.
Hey, yeah! I bet there are.
That's actually an interesting thing to mention, Cynthia. I didn't think of that. Okay, now let's talk to Mr. Gripp.
Uh-huh.
Let's present the pipe first.
That's it, Mariana's pipe. She let you see it.
She did.
And? Did you discover anything?
We did.
Well, all right then. End of conversation, apparently.
They didn't tell. Okay. Okay. Let's ask him about the cane.
You wish to converse with Cornelius? He'll be thrilled.
A wooden cane by Godric Gripp. Remove the hat?
The bandage around the middle. Why? I'm just curious.
Oh. Ha.
Uh-huh.
Why does it have a bandage around the middle?
Cornelius? Oh, he fell down the stairs. The clumsy old thing.
On a submarine? It's all just ladders, isn't it?
I promise you that's not the issue I have with that statement.
Okay. The characters on this game are so cute. I love them. Yeah, you should play the other games. They're so cute. It's so funny, like, looking at the characters now compared to the first game where they're more realistic and serious.
The bandages in the center smell of fearful sweat. The wood itself, it's mahogany, but it smells of salty ocean air. And the little hat smells like a dress worn by a doll.
Dress worn by a doll. Lovely.
Okay, they don't have nothing else to say, nothing new.
Oh,
Hey, what's up?
that little dapper hat he wears, I sewed myself from cotton cloth, and now he truly looks the part, mirrored to his master's garb.
The cane didn't always have a hat?
Nay, was not but wood be carved, a simple stick with face adorned.
And you thought he should have a hat just because Gripp wears one?
No, I saw a picture of it. At least I think I did.
Oh, have a good night, Waddle. Thank you so much for blessing us with your presence, and I'm sure I'm gonna have a wonderful night. Thank you so much. Okay, let me check with Zephyr.
Godric Gripp's hand-carved talisman.
You think everything's a talisman.
I thought it was just a part of the branding for his shop.
It may well be. Nonetheless, I conclude that it is imbued with energy, and its primary function is to be an anchor.
It's not heavy enough to be an anchor. I'm pretty sure it would float.
He means an emotional anchor.
Oh, right.
It would float. What an enchanting thought.
Uh-oh, you've given him an idea.
It may transpire that the true meaning of the cane is found in its unsinkability.
So it's a reminder not to sink, not to drown.
Like some kind of life preserver?
And Cynthia.
I'm sure I saw a picture of this recently, but it looked different.
Where did you see this picture?
Somewhere in the engine room?
Okay. Well, this has been very fun. However, like I said, it is getting a little bit late. I've been playing since forever. So I think I'm gonna stop here, but I'm definitely gonna play more of this game tomorrow. After sleeping for tonight.